Hello all, good evening and welcome to you all. Just wanted to introduce you. We have our first guest for the Create Discomfort podcast, and with us we have Deepak sir here. So firstly, I want to thank Deepak sir for taking out time and being a part of this. And I would like to share with all of you that Deepak sir is a very senior person and he has had a very experienced career. He was born in Modi Nagar, Uttar Pradesh, and then he started his career in NTPC. He did his BTech in electrical engineering, and post that he's gone about working in various corporates. He has vast experience. So some key learnings that has come out of those experiences also we would request sir to share those also. But the most important thing is after that there came a point and sir decided and felt that he has to strongly work in the development space. And since then, he's been inspiring a lot of people. Sir has been himself going out of the comfort zone, which is again the theme of this podcast. So we also want to learn how he's doing this on a daily basis. So first of all, sir, thank you so much and welcome to this podcast.
So, thank you, Mudit, first of all, for inviting me on this podcast of yours. So, first of all, as I always start any call or discussion or anything, I start with gratitude because for me, that's the most important thing I've learned from childhood. So, my gratitude to you for inviting me to this podcast. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, so the first question for you is if you can share some of the key learnings that came out of your large, long experiences working at various companies with the audience.
Yeah, sure. So, Mudit, first of all, let me again, first of all, extend my gratitude to Almighty, then gratitude to my parents who brought me in this world. I'm 66 now, running 66. And obviously, gratitude to my best half, as I always refer my wife, Dr. Sunita. And since last 16, 17 years in development sector, so gratitude to Modi and Care and its founder, Dr. Kiran Modi, who gave us the opportunity to volunteer in 2009. So now coming back to your question, yes, I'm a 1982 engineering graduate, electrical engineering graduate, and post that I had a very nice corporate career of almost 30, 31 years, working across primarily all power sector companies. So starting with NTPC, where I worked for almost 14 years. Then I moved to ABB, which is a Swedish multinational, worked for about 7, 8 years, which included some mergers, demergers also, which happened. So ABB became Alstom Power, and so then I moved to Alstom Power. And then obviously I had worked with Tata Power also for about 4 years, and about 5 years, last 5 years of my corporate career with Tata Teleservices. So this journey of 30, 31 years just definitely was very, very, I must say, enjoyable, working across different companies, different roles from time to time, and a couple of important lessons which I must share with the audience here, especially youngsters who are starting their career, is that never compromise on your values, because values is very, very important. And when I say values, it's a very, very looks like a very heavy word, but yes, when I say values, it could be discipline, it should be your character, it should be your integrity or your honesty, because all these things are very, very vital as part of your corporate journey. So I resisted a lot of these such challenges during my corporate times. And yes, nothing better than teamwork, because teamwork is something, as we always say, organization is always bigger than an individual, and same happens for when you are working in a team. Yes, you could be the leader in a position where you can guide and mentor your team members, but ultimately teamwork is very vital for any accomplishment of any targets or results which one aims to achieve during the corporate career. So I think yes, values, teamwork, and another important thing is, जैसे होता है ना, always face the bullet when there is something wrong which has happened if you are in a leadership position. That's very important. And yes, recognition of your team members equally important for anything good. So I think these are few of the traits which I learned during my corporate journey, and I continue to pursue and align with that and abide by that.
Great, sir. Thank you so much. These are very important points and very useful for especially people like us. And again, sir, coming to the point, so after the corporate journey, the illustrious experiences and career you had, there was a time where in your journey there came a reflection point, inflection point, and you came into the development space. And that is the deeper calling that you've also been having. We have also personally been seeing you how active and energetic you are in this space. So I just wanted to ask you if you can shed some light on this, how this inflection point came, and how what made you so motivated and passionate about development space.
So thank you, Mudit, for this question, which is invariably asked, especially because someone who is in a corporate and quitting corporate at 53, when one is almost at the peak of his career. So I think to me, and whatever I'm sharing is purely my personal views. So that inflection point actually came when I was 36 while working with ABB. I just joined ABB, and one of the trips, official visits to Calcutta, I happened to visit Mother Teresa's Missionary of Charity one evening. And before that, I had never possibly known about what is social work or what is service to humanity. But visiting that Mother Teresa's Missionary of Charity, staying there for about 20-35 minutes, and seeing people working with, and we all know what Mother Teresa's Mission of Charity was all about, working with the poor, the downtrodden, the people with different diseases. Leprosy was one of them. So, where I found a lot of youngsters devoting their time and energy without any possibly return, and the happiness one could see on their faces while serving. So that possibly was, I would say, the turning point or the inflection point where I, after coming back, did some deep introspection. Yes, what is life all about, and why we have come on this earth as a human being? So I think deeper questions I kept on asking myself, and I think that's the reason. Finally, it boiled down to doing something for the community, and obviously over the years it was building up, and finally, and I was very clear that how this country can possibly become a developed nation, and girls education in all forms, but especially girls education is one area which, if we could, whatever little we could contribute before we move to the next world. So I think these were the thoughts which kept on bothering me, or I must say, keep igniting me to be of some use to the community rather than only restricting to the self. Self means me, my family, or whatever. So I think that was that visit. One visit really changed the thought process about life and something to be done with this life.
Thank you so much, sir. And you, in the introduction, you mentioned that you have spent a lot of your time and you started your journey with Udyan Care also, and it's been a lot of years. And there are so many students, youth who have, through Udyan Care, you have come across and who you have also inspired, and you are also a role model to a lot of them. And so I would like to ask you, who are your role models and how, you know, did you actually, because now that you are also a role model person to so many people, people like me also, because whenever I also personally see you, I see so much energy around you. So that is very, to me, very inspiring. So, who were your role models, sir, and what were some of the things, and what do you think is the importance of having a role model and a mentor in life?
So, Mudit, the biggest role model for me, he's not there in this world, which was my late father, right? And I've seen the struggles during my early days. My father was simply a lecturer at Aligarh Muslim University, teaching physics there. And I know those early 70s, I was 12, 13, 14. So I could understand what is life all about. I could see the struggles which he used to have. I had a younger sister, and both of us were studying in convent schools, and it was a big challenging time for him. But in spite of all that, one thing which always, and I've even quoted in my book Wings to Fly, which I've written, that he has been my biggest idol, and he passed away in an accident 35 years ago. But even today, and just to go back to the 70s, and he was teaching physics in the university, and a lot of options. But those days, either engineering or medicine were the two options, and everyone who was preparing had to study physics for the competitive exam. But a lot of offers he would get to do tuitions and all that stuff. And then every occasion, it's not one, tens and hundreds of occasions, he would just turn down. No, I don't sell education. I get paid for teaching in the university, and apart from that, if anyone wants to study or have some difficulty, they can come to my place in the afternoon. I will teach them, but I will not charge any money. And people would say, "अरे sir, आप तो physics के professor हैं, आप you can easily earn extra money and all that." And there's every time the reply was, "I don't sell education." So I think that's the struggle I've seen in my early days, and something which will be there till my last day. That money, yes, is important. I'm not saying it is not important, but then there are rightful ways to earn money. And today, wherever I am, I really give credit to my late father. As I said, he still will be my role model, and I followed in his value system, which he has given me. So I would say, and then coming to the other role models, definitely coming into the development sector for 16, 17 years, the founder of UDNK, Dr. Kiran Modi. I'm not being sycophant, but yes, she is a big role model. Even at 70, the way she works, she is engaged. So still, I'm learning a lot from her, and she is definitely my role model and go-to person for any things when I get stuck in the development sector or with any issues in Udyan care.
No, sir, thank you for beautifully capturing the essence and importance of a role model and a mentor. This is very important, and we also are learning this, and it's very important for each individual to recognize this importance also. Now, sir, coming to the element of discomfort, you, since the time you have been in the development space, you have actively worked, and also you've been supporting various youth, various programs. You have gotten together a lot of people. So in the development space, you have had a good collective network of people with you to supporting various things. So I just want in the next question for you to share with us that what is the importance or how important it to work together with the community, together with people, especially when you are in the development space. Because when we are working in corporate or some other fields, a lot of times without us realizing, we tend to work in silos, but working together and bringing people together, that's a very important attribute that we have seen in you, and we have learned, we are learning from you. So what are some of the, why is it, firstly, why is it important, and second, how do we bring people together on a continuous and a sustained basis to do good in the society, sir?
So Mudit, when you initially talked about the discomfort, so I just mentioned the story about my dad. So it was discomforting, right?
Yeah.
Someone who is obviously struggling to possibly lead a much better life than one was leading at that time, but
Yeah.
still he always turned down the offer of imparting tuitions to earn extra money and whatever. So yes, such type of discomfort did come in my corporate journey also, where I had to resist against something which possibly could have taken me to a different level, but I never always resisted any wrongdoing. So definitely that is one thing which we should always stay away from. And then coming to this development sector, I have played a lot of sports in my corporate time. Let me put it that way. Even in my book, there is a separate chapter about my cricket journey. So I'm very much passionate about sports. Even at 66, I play tennis twice or thrice a week. So that's something which keeps me going also. So playing any team sports, cricket or football or anything, you learn a lot about teamwork. Right. So I have always believed in teamwork. And the other day, if you would have heard my 30 seconds or 1 minute, which I spoke on that occasion, I clearly mentioned that the award which I got is nothing to do with me. It's all my network. So I obviously dedicate everything to my network because as an individual, one cannot do much. It's only when you have collective people around you, good network around you, someone who believes in you, in your organization's cause, and come forward to support. So something, as I keep telling everyone, yes, targets are set. I set a target, or I keep setting targets. Even in corporate, we used to target targets, and sometimes we could achieve, sometimes we could not. That's fine. But the right ways, right means have to be adopted, and having a strong team. And today, when people come forward, they know that hardly, people say, yeah, why did you quit at 53? You could have done at 16, worked another 7 years, and earned a few more million. So when they see that someone who is so passionate about the community, the society, so I think that also leads to people getting inspired and coming forward to support you. So I think teamwork, always I give maximum emphasis on teamwork. I think very, very important and key to any success, I personally believe.
No, greatly said, sir. And just to share with the audience, Deepak sir here, he was recently there was Delhi Half Marathon, which was organized by Program Vedanta Delhi Half Marathon in Delhi. And then in that we have a philanthropy aspect also. And sir was actually the person who could collectively, with his network, raise resources for Udyan Care, and he was highest out of everyone. So I would also like to thank Program team to firstly also having this aspect in the marathon. And through that only I got to meet Sir. So all credits to program team on that one. And it was just very inspiring to see Sir how in an event like where people are coming together, he also running in that event and participating. He came early morning. He came at 4:35 a.m. I still remember Sir coming to the JLN Stadium early in the morning and doing the race. And while before that pre-event, just with his strong network, continuously he was at it for supporting various non-profits and philanthropy, and especially Udyan Care. So, sir, just the energy and all of that on a very continuous basis, very credible. Just one last question, sir, I want to ask you. If you can, in very simple words, for especially for younger audience, it is very important. Something that we are also learning from you, that something if we have to be become good at, we have to do it in a very consistent manner. So a lot of times we leave out on consistency. What are two, three things that we can do to adopt in our life so that whatever pursuit we are following or adopting, we can be very consistent with it and sustain it for a longer period of time?
So, thank you, Mudit, for this question. But let me put it, I think possibly I might have mentioned earlier also a couple of things. One is, as I said, never compromise on your values. Very, very important. Very, very important to have the right values. Next, try to stay healthy. So, but the people say you have energy, you have so much of energy and all those things. So, let me briefly tell. I mentioned in my book also Wings to Fly, and if these viewers are interested, it's only 251 rupees, and I'm not branding or marketing, but then every rupee which is earned on the book goes for the cause of the organization who then care, and I'm sure it might inspire you if you read the book. So that's the one part. And second part is, as I said, very important. For last 30, 35 years, it's my regime. I lead a very disciplined life. I sleep latest by 11. I get up at 5:30, be it summer, winter, whatever. Spend at least 1 hour either doing exercises, running, playing sports, or whatever. So even the youngsters with whom I'm working in Udyan Care, I keep telling them, everyone has got 24 hours. At least 1 hour, if you're not 1 hour, at least 30 to 45 minutes spend on your, because this is something which will carry you for long. And believe you me, I have been doing this from the age of 30. Possibly you might be 30 or maybe still less, Mudit. I'm sure younger than that. But I started at 30. And one of my sports mentor told me, if you want to lead a healthy life, if you want to continue play sports, which I'm still playing at 66, spend 45 minutes to 1 hour exercising or doing anything. So I think these are certain, again, from my own personal experience, I'm sharing, very, very important. So to lead a disciplined life and something which I take pride in. And that's the reason. And yes, when it comes to energy, I think I'm grateful to the children with whom, or the youth with whom we are working in Udayan Care. I think they also give a lot of energy because obviously when you're working with youngsters, you try to keep the same pace and everything. So my gratitude to these youngsters who keep giving me energy. And lastly, which I have mentioned a couple of times in my earlier podcast also, have an attitude of gratitude. Very, very important because we many a times takes things for granted. अरे ये तो हमारे को मिलना ही था. No, whatever we are getting, whatever life we are leading, if we are today, if we are lucky to go to a college, I think there's a lot of gratitude in that, that today someone is studying in college. So attitude of gratitude is something concluding phase which I would like the leaders, the viewers to leave with. So always have attitude of gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time and for such valuable life lessons that you have shared with us. We will share the video with everyone, and we'll also put a link of your book on the video so that people can also check it out and they can see that what you
Yeah,
have
book
written.
is available on Flipkart and Amazon. So anyone willing to read, and I personally feel there are more than 100 reviews of it from readers on Amazon. One can go through that. So I think
Surely, sir.
possibly. And for me, initially, you also asked about inspiration. So I read only inspirational books
Yes,
personally. So I don't read any fiction. So I've read Mahatma Gandhi, I've read Mother Teresa, I've read Abdul Kalam, I've read Railwayman Sridharan, I've read the Tata's autobiography many times. In fact, that is the best book I like. Then another very favorite book of mine is Ikigai. It's an amazing book which talks about the purpose of life. So I have personally found purpose of life where my destined to go. So I think these are some of the books which I have read and continue to read inspirational books.
no,
Thank
surely, sir, great. And we will share the link of your book with everyone also. And thank you again, sir, for your time. And hopefully, we will again meet up soon for our next round of discussion. Thank you, sir.
you. Sure. Thank you, Mudit. Have a great evening. All the
Thank you.
best. God bless
Thank you,
you.
sir. Yes.
Thank you. Thanks. Thanks. Bye.